Okay guys, welcome back to the training room. As you can see, there is absolutely no change on the disaster that I have going on here. But I do have progress on this. As you can see, that wall is pretty much complete. It is attached to the wall in two spots. One here and one down at the other end, and I just used these anchors. And then this side here is exactly the same. Two spots, one there, actually three on this one there and one on that last piece down there. I only was going to use a single piece of foam, but I decided, well, you know what? On my other layout, I had 7 bridges, and I wanted to get some bridges on this layout. So, the reason why I put the second level on here is so I can make gaps like that for that bridge to go over. And also, I did the same on that side. Construction of this was very easy. As you can see, I just used these L brackets right here. I spaced these out at 29.5 inches because these guys are, I think, 3/16 foam board. Let me get this out here. And on the upper level, they will fit center to center, as you can see. But on the lower level, I had a happy mistake. I was going to paint, I keep hitting the zoom button on this camera. I was going to paint the framework in here. So what I did, I said, well, these guys got to get painted anyhow. So I put these, I loosened it up off the wall, tilted it forward, and took these guys and put it behind. I said, okay, so I can start painting. But no, because I'd have to put it all the way up to the top, otherwise I'd still be able to get paint along there. So, because of that mistake, after these guys are painted, these guys here, and they'll get painted the same color as that, I will loosen this up off the wall again and put them behind. And that way it'll give me a nice flow along there as far as the backdrop is concerned. I hope that made sense. Okay, so now you know how I got the structure together. What I did here was I used these shelving brackets right there, and on top of the shelving brackets I put these 2x2s right here, because that's going to be where I'm going to mount my fascia, and also gives me a surface to mount this when I'm ready to mount it. Alright, so let's see if we can carry on to something else. We'll be right back. Okay guys, before I end this video, I just want to show you what my intention is for this navy on this one side right here. This is the Walters Mountain Lumber Company sawmill. That's what I'm thinking of putting up here. But the logs, as you can see here, are all piled up, but they don't show you is that it's actually in a little pond. So, with that being said, this is going to be my intention for up here. Now this right now is just being supported with just like a little block, but it will get more support when the next level comes in. But anyhow, little river coming in here like this, and it'll wind up to be a pond like right here, and there'll be logs in there and blah 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 and so on and so forth. Anyhow, okay guys, as you can see, I still have a mess. And a friend of mine told me once when I was getting my 85 Camaro painted, he says, I'm going to make it look ugly and then I'm going to make it look good. So, with that being said, let's take a gander at what I have accomplished. So this past Saturday, January 24th, I believe it was, or 23rd, whatever the Saturday was. Had a great visit from one of my previous friends that used to live here in town, Dave, BMSF N-Scale, came down. I immediately put him to work along with my other buddy Dave, so this Saturday was very productive. So let me show you what we got going on. I told you how I was going to do the backdrop behind there, and it worked out perfectly. I tilted it all forward. You can't see any of the seams like you can up here. That all worked out great, as you can see. Unfortunately, I ran out of foam board. That's 20 sheets of foam board. Actually, yeah, 20 sheets of foam board that have been cut. The foam boards come on, I believe it's 24 by 30. I think that's the size, something like that. But I had to cut them down to 12. Anyhow, as you can see, upper deck is totally complete, except we got to work on the helix. I'm going to try and use the foam instead of the wood up on the top. It's already cut out. I got to see if I could just get the elevation to work out. Over here, this stays the same like I told you guys earlier, but instead of using this bridge, which I think is just a little bit overkill, because this is like a tributary, it's not the main river, so instead I'm using that guy. I think it's more appropriate to use that guy. Anyhow, I did build up the kit just to see how it's going to fit here. And this will be where the conveyor comes down into the pond that picks up some of the logs. These are just from my backyard. I did get some logs off of eBay. So basically that's this scene on this side. Now, Joe from Black Rock Central. That area is going to be my cement plant. And I'm going to give you guys a little heads up and a little sneak preview of what I bought to go there. And also what I bought to go there. And unfortunately I can't do a mock-up here because I don't know exact sizes of the structures that I bought for over there. See, I keep hitting the zoom button. Anyhow, I think I'm going to call this video good. Before I end it though, I'm going to put up a couple of mock-ups that I built for the pieces that I've just bought that are going to be on their way here soon that go there and there. So stay tuned, let me get those together and I'll show you what that's going to look like. Be right back. Okay guys, I told you when I was building this layout that I was going to have 4 industries up on the second level. And so the lumber mill is the first one. The second one is going to be my cement plant. Now, don't make fun of my mock-up. I built this according to the measurements I saw on their website. And I will do a now call when I get it. Anyhow, isn't this awesome? And this is a whole kit. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll be showing that off when I get it. Should be next week sometime. Anyhow, the second major industry I'm going to have up here is a grain elevator. And I saw that, and I decided to get that. So that guy is 24 silos, which is cool. Now, I built these all from the extra foam board that I had, and finally over here is going to be a petrochemical plant, and that's another kit that I bought that's pre-built. So anyhow, when I get all that stuff, I'll show it off to you guys, and I'm really looking forward to getting this upper level complete. I need to order more foam board so I can finish those pieces right up there. As you can see, the bottom is totally finished. I got to put everything back together, clean this all up, and so on and so forth. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Gemini Scale Model Works out for now. Adios.